Hey loves, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Faith, and today guys I'll be checking out this video, and it's titled "These Women Became Men to Prove Male Privilege and Instantly Regrets It." And you guys, I'm excited for this. If you're yet to subscribe to this channel, please consider subscribing. Give this video a massive thumbs up, comment, share, and all that good stuff. And without much ado, let's see what this video is all about.
Man or woman, who has a harder life?
Woman.
Women have a harder life?
Yeah.
Woman. Yeah.
Woman.
Why?
Because we have to deal with inequality for a long time and currently do so as well.
What do men have that women don't?
Basic human rights.
Which right do?
For instance,
Payments.
and you guys have free, I'm not gonna say what it is, but we don't have like the same access, for instance, to birth control. Like our
Men have access to birth control?
No, Viagra. For instance, your medical plan covers that, and my medical plan doesn't cover birth control.
A woman who disguised herself as a man to find out how it is to live as a man committed due to the psychological scars of how difficult life was as a man. Nora Vincent, the author of Self-Made Man, has died by assisted. She was a radical feminist who believed men lived on easy mode and tried to prove it by disguising herself as a man for 2 years. Instead, what she found out is that men actually have it very hard, and wrote a book about her experience. In fact, the experience was so bad that she had to stop after 18 months because she was starting to hate women due to how bad the women treated her when she believed she was a man.
Men are suffering. They have different problems than women have, but they don't have it better. They need our sympathy, they need our love, and they need each other more than anything else. They need to be together.
Do you think women understand what it's like to be a man?
Not at all. No clue. No idea.
Did you like being a woman before, Ned?
I did, but I like it more now because I think it's more of a privilege.
Being a man is much tougher than a woman would ever expect. We face rejection, indifference, and unwarranted hostility far more than any woman could even imagine. I can believe that the interview in her book was more impactful with men than with women. Men responded favorably to her showing cause and effect about gender beliefs and behaviors, and were receptive to her conclusions on the emotional level because of a common ground of evidentiary findings and logic-based thinking. Women, being more emotion-led, were more likely to discard evidence and logic and stick to their feelings, no matter whether the feelings proved justified or unjustified based on the evidence that Nora lived through and logically presented to them. The lessons she learned broke her as both a woman and a person, and is a testament to how much of women's empowerment is actually leading to women's self-destruction.
What's wrong? What is it?
How I love being a woman.
Nobody told me how lonely being a man is. I had closer friendships with random women I met in the bathroom before I transitioned at clubs because of how open women are than I've had in my 8 years of transitioning. And then you transition and you're just a guy walking down the street that people cross the street so that they're not near you. And friendships are so much harder to build.
She is basically dipping a toe in the pool and crying because it's too cold, while natural-born men are either just outright drowning or just trying to keep their head above water just a little longer. It's actually not hard for men to make friends. It's a lot harder to get respect as men. And if you are an emotional transition man, you definitely won't make a lot of friends because our brains are wired differently and the experiences that we have as men are way different. Someone transitioning didn't grow up with the same diversity and struggles as men. Also, now that you've cried publicly about your problems as a man, you are now seen as a weak man and have lost attraction from women, lost respect from other men, and have successfully amplified your isolation.
Barney Mack, nice to meet you.
What is it?
I have a Comedy Central half-hour special, and I'm also the voice of Lenny on the Cartoon Network, Joy Cab.
All right, well, let me write all this down.
Okay. Thanks, bro. Can I get some change for that?
Do what you do. Quit picking pussy hairs out of your tongue.
So this comedian thought the only reason why people aren't laughing at her jokes is because she is a woman. So she wore a costume and pretended to be a man. Let's see how her performance went.
Welcome, Barney Mack, ladies and gentlemen. Come ahead.
I love animals. I would never buy any product that had been tested on animals. Never, because I like to do that myself at home. make sure the control group is isolated. You don't know what they're doing in these labs. Very loose guidelines. This lady wants me. I can totally tell. I know I'm weird. I'm a weird dude.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I used to always carry a man purse, a merce. You ever carry one of those?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
A merce. I loved it. I loved that merce. But I was losing it. I'd lose it everywhere. I was always leaving my merce around. You know, I kept losing my merce. So I just started carrying everything, my person, my pants. I only lost my pants a couple of times. So that's really working out. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. Good night.
Back, ladies and gentlemen.
Telling you, it was good. Didn't you see me laughing?
I know, but I felt like you were laughing at me.
I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at your jokes and how you had. That was good. I'm telling you, that was good. No, that was good. Don't be upset.
I just shouldn't be a comic.
No, listen.
Because
I'm telling
I can't do it as a man. I can't do it as a woman.
You were great. You were great. You're great as a woman. You're better as a woman.
Somebody's gonna come out here and see like some dude fucking cry his eyes out.
No, I'm telling you, you were great. Listen to me. I'm serious. Like I was good.
I don't even care about this stupid documentary.
I'm telling you.
I think she was so deluded into thinking nobody laughed because she's a woman. Came to find out she's just not funny after all. The next step is to accept that reality and do the only thing she can do, and that is to improve her performance. One of the comments says, it's always hard when someone realizes they aren't a victim and that their failure is their own. Everyone has an excuse and someone to blame for their failure these days. The sad fact is most people live in that kind of denial. The fact that she somehow genuinely felt that her male disguise is realistic enough to convince the entire crowd is really the actual joke here. Her crying at the end just goes to show that it's not about anything to do with social justice or equality. It's for their own personal validation.
They did an experiment with a group of women, and they put scars on their faces, and they told these women that they're going into a job interview, and the purpose of the experiment is to find out whether people with facial disfigurements face discrimination. They showed them the scars in the mirror. The women saw themselves with these scars, and as they led them out of the room, they said, we're just going to touch it up a little bit. And as they touched it up, they removed the scarring completely. So the women went into the job interview thinking that they are scarred, but actually being their normal selves. And the result of the experiment is that those women then came back reporting massively increased level of discrimination. Indeed, many of them came back with comments that the interviewer had made that they felt were referencing their facial disfigurements. And this is why I think this ideology of victimhood is so dangerous, because if you preach to people constantly that we're all oppressed, then that primes people to look for that.
Wow, you guys, that was such an interesting one. I really enjoyed every minute of this video. I love it so much. And one thing I just want to add here is that God knows the best gender that is good for each and every one of us. That's why he assigned that gender to us. And I want to ask you guys, what do you think about this video? Do you think that men are more privileged in the society than women? Let me hear your thoughts on this one. I really had fun reacting to this video. If you guys totally enjoyed watching, give this video a massive thumbs up, comment, share, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.